All right, y'all. Reverend Colonel here. Today we are going to put together some ramps that I have been wanting to get from my pickup truck to make it easier to get my tools up in there because I've put wheels on everything and trying to make things work easier. Work smart, not hard. That's what we're trying to do right here. So I searched out a whole bunch of ramps trying to find something that would work. Nothing was wide enough, so I had to go with like a bifold ramp so I could get something wider. I'm not sure how. That's great for me walking up. Not sure how it's going to work with the wheels on my tools, but we're going to find out. Got these from Lund. They're 69-inch bifold. I thought that would be plenty long enough. It's looking like it might be a little steep, and I'm probably going to have to do some modifications, which I'll show you. But it looks like we start out, and this is a hinge. This is what they send you, this rubber strip here, and it slips in through here, if you can see that. And it's going to slip in through the other side and I guess fold on here. So I'm going to slip those in, see how those hinges work on that, and then we're going to go from there and figure out how we're going to make these work on my tailgate, because I have a different tailgate. I have one of these. It has flow-through tailgates, and so it doesn't go straight all the way across where I would need it in the middle for this size of ramp. Because I couldn't find something that would just fit the middle and be big enough. So we're going to see how this works. Okay, so I got the rubber hinges in there, and they do work. Difficulty level, Jiminy Christmas. I'd have to say maybe a 7. I had to put oil in the track here to get that thing to slide in there. It was really tight. Hopefully that's good. Then it says to insert these 2 screws in the end here, and I guess it's to keep it from coming back out, but I'm not seeing screws in my package. I'm supposed to have 4 screws, so let me double check my workbench that I didn't lay them down, but I do not see the screws. Alright, so I did find the screws. You can see I got them in there, and it all seems to fold okay, and that's how it's going to go. Kind of wish I'd have gotten the longer one, because that is a little bit steep, but it's hopefully going to be better than no ramp, because right now I got to lift all my equipment up. So the other one was about 5 more inches, and I think it would have gave me more incline that I want, but we'll see how it happens here. My problem here is the way this tailgate is shaped, which I love my tailgate, and it works really good for a lot of things being shaped this way, especially if I got to carry long lumber. But I've got this factor here that's happening, and so I've picked myself some aluminum angle iron, and I'm going to fix that aluminum angle iron to go into here. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to cut that to make that work, so that way I have bracing in between, and it's a really strong thick aluminum. I believe it's 1/8 inch thick and 1.5 inches by 36 inches. So it should be strong enough, and it's also lightweight, which is good because it's what I'm going for, and aluminum's pretty easy to work with, so I'm gonna get that figured out. Alright, so there you have it. I got my cuts, I've got my aluminum bar going across, and I've got my ramp attached to it. Now, the big test. Will it hold me? One small step for man, and one large step for conquering the ramp. And there we go. It works. The aluminum angle's strong as crap, and it will hold. So, looky there. I can even balance on it. It holds the ramp nicely in place. This thing comes with straps and stuff, but I think with the way that I have this on here, I don't think I even need the straps. So, anyway, again, this is a decent ramp, and like I said, it's made by Lund. This is the 69 inch. I wish I'd have gotten the 73. Next, we're going to try and see what it does with pulling tools up. Alright, so mission accomplished. I rolled that big old heavy toolbox up there. I probably wouldn't leave the first two on there because they're light, and it's just a little more cumbersome, and I don't drive with them up there anyway because they'd flip over too easy. But I just wanted to see if it would handle it, and it handled the weight. It didn't give. Nothing's bent. No problems. So anyway, so Lund, good ramp. The ramp is good. I like it. My application's a little different than what they have. Their instructions are not great. It's kind of like IKEA furniture. Could be better. But the product, it's a really good product. It's solid. I believe made in USA. So, I need to see if it says on there somewhere. But I think they are made in the USA. And it's just a good solid aluminum, and it's not that bad. It folds right up, and so I've got it folded there, and I can just stick it right in the truck, and then my piece that I cut to go in there. So anyway, one that might be a option for people that have air gates like I do. You know, y'all might want to sell that as an option, something aluminum that works on that. But it's really nice how it works though, because it grabs right here, and it's not slipping. It's not going anywhere. So anyway, we're all ramped up. Alright, so you see the ramp worked out good, and my all-in-all review for Lund on that ramp. 4 out of 5, I'd have to say at least 4 plus. I have to just do that because of the quality of everything, and it really did go together pretty good. It's just a little hard on those hinges, but you know, that's probably a good thing because they stay in place. My only complaint is I think that they should probably steer you towards the 73 inch if you're using it for a pickup truck. I guess unless you're like loading up an ATV or something, and then you probably, you know, wouldn't have the double ramp like that together. You would have them separate, which you can do. But you know, and it'll be a lot of torque going up that ramp. So pulling tools up it's, you know, as far as ramps go, is going to be a little bit tough. 2 people easy. So, you know, I'll probably do it that way most of the time. Try to take lighter loads up if I'm by myself. But it works real good, and it's very strong and solid. It looks dependable, and I think I'm going to be happy with it. And it will definitely be a back saver. But hey, Lund, if you want to send me a 73 incher, then I would be more than happy to review that and see how that works on a pickup truck. So we're all ramped up now, and I don't know about you, but man, I'm kind of ramped up about Jesus. I've been, as you know, I've been studying the Bible from cover to cover right now as I am undertaking the Nazarite vow. And during this time, God has got me in deep, strong prayer and reading it all the way through. And I'm in Matthew right now. And just came to a point in Matthew where the Pharisees and Sadducees were coming along. Those are like the big shots in the church. Coming along, and they're like, by what authority do you do these things? Do you do these miracles and heal people and speak these things as truths and call yourself the Son of God? By what authority do you do this? And Jesus hits them with a couple of parables, and they just don't seem to get it. And then finally he just tells them, he says, look, you saw John, okay, and you saw him as a prophet. Most people saw him as a prophet, okay, and you knew he was a prophet. And they're kind of scared of prophets. That's kind of how it always is. The bigwigs in the church are afraid of the prophets often, because the prophets are speaking for God, because they are God's mouthpieces. And so sometimes the hierarchy, government part of churches, when they have all that stuff, they get a little edgy when a prophet starts speaking. And so he tells me, he's like, you didn't believe John, when John showed the pathway of righteousness for all, and that even tax collectors and prostitutes, they saw the truth and they accepted it and they were baptized. And these guys, these Pharisees and stuff, they refused, And so he's like, so if you're not going to believe that with John, and they knew John baptized Jesus, okay, and they knew they'd heard about the voice of God coming down and saying, this is my son. They weren't strangers to all this. They'd heard the stories and stuff, whether they believed it or not. And yet they still questioned his authority. And so Jesus tells them that these prostitutes and tax collectors, which tax collectors were kind of the dregs of society then, guess that hasn't changed a whole lot for a lot of people. But anyway, getting away from that, sorry if you're a tax collector, you can be saved, believe me. But he was saying that the prostitutes and tax collectors, they believed it, and that they will be in heaven before they are, if they even make it. So anyway, what I'm trying to say with this is I think God's going to do big things in 2022. I think we're on the brink of some big things happening, and the main thing he's telling me here is don't question Jesus' authority. Don't question his authority. If his word says it, that's what it means. So don't question his authority. That's not what you want to do. So, because if you question his authority, then, that's going to be on you. So, anyway, hope everybody enjoyed the video of the ramps being built. And, stay in prayer, stay in the Word. Please subscribe to my channel so I can help spread the gospel of God and spread God's good word through a very unique and creative way. And make comments, whatever you want, and visit some of my other posts that I've done on YouTube. So anyway, may your souls be clean and your boots be dirty. This is the way. Reverend Colonel, signing out.